Hello, everyone. It's Danielle, and welcome to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me today. Happy Saturday. And if you happen to be watching other than a Saturday, happy whatever that day is. Um, so, jumping right on in, today's video is part of a hop with a summer theme. It's hosted by the Team Tiny Facebook group. Team Tiny is a group of crafters like myself aspiring to grow our YouTube channel. We each have less than 1,000 subscribers, and like all other crafters, we share our crafty projects right here on YouTube. We support one another with these hops, and it's a lot of fun to not only showcase like your talent, but to you have the ability to discover and see other talent and get more card inspiration. Um, so please take a look in the description of this video. No, this one you're gonna follow the hashtag. So I have the hashtag in the description of this video, and you can see all the other crafters that are participating in this hop. So it's pretty exciting. So please take a look. So my card design today is a summer theme, and my coordinating blog post I called it the Cool Sweet Summer Treats card. I'm using Lawn Fawn products, both the stamp set and the speckles paper. I'm also using one of the sheets of paper with the ice cream cones on it from this American Crafts. I think it's hashtag summer. That's the name of it. I remember buying that in, what is that? Is it AC Moore? Ours have since closed down, but I remember buying that. It was like 50% off. But if you can find it online, I've looked on scrapbookpal.com. I looked on scrapbook.com. I even looked on Amazon. I haven't been able to find that paperback. But if you can find a paperback that has ice cream cones or ice cream paper patterns, you would it's easy to use and to follow this tutorial today and then make the same card. All right, so the original card that I showed you at the beginning of the video, I didn't have a second sheet of paper to replicate that card. So I kind of modified the design a little bit, and I'm using the piece of paper that is kind of the opposite of the original card. So where the bulk of the background pattern paper was the ice cream cones with the green horizontal stripe across the card. That was on the original card. I kind of switched it to now where the green is the the green is the background with the ice cream cones strip in the middle of the card. So what I'm showing you now, I'm using my Score Buddy to fold my card base. It's a top fold, and I'm adhering the pattern paper. Sometimes when I use my tape runner to adhere the paper, I think I'm either too close to the edge or I'm just putting entirely too much tape because then I have to use my little eraser there to wipe away the excess. So that's what you see me doing there. All right. Next, I'm going to, I did a lot of cutting and coloring off camera. So here I have a scallop pink circle die along with a regular white circle die. And I'm going to adhere those together and I'm going to put those on to the card base. And this will help serve or at least highlight the focal point, which are the ice cream cones. And the color combinations I chose to use kind of pulls out the pink and the cherries of those colors from the ice cream cones. And I think it goes really good with the green. So that's one of the reasons I chose pink. By the way, this card is really simple to put together. It's a top fold A2 size card. I'm using pattern paper as my background. I'm using the circle scallop circle and the circle die cuts to just highlight the focal images. And then I stamp and cut the focal images, which are the ice cream cones, and then I put a cherry on top. And then I'd adhere those, or I Copic color them using my alcohol markers. And I chose colors that will draw out the other colors in the background paper. And then I just adhere the focal images onto the circle scallops. Oh, I just realized I made a mistake. The circle die is not white cardstock. It's the Lawn Fawn Speckles paper pattern or paper pack. It's a sheet of paper from the Lawn Fawn Speckles paper pad. Uh, it has those like paint splatters, or has those speckles, speckles, speckles splatter as part of its paper, as part of the background. And I thought that would just highlight the image, or excuse me, enhance the overall look. And I love that paper. I chose for this design to use the light paper with the dark speckles, and that same paper pad has dark paper with light speckles. So you have your chance, or you have your choice of using, or multiple options, I should say. So now you're watching me adhere the two ice cream cones. One is adhered, I just use Tombow Mono glue to put right flat onto the circle die cut. And then I use foam tape, or excuse me, foam pads to lift or give that second one dimension. And then I kind of tilt both of the cones. I'm adding the cherries. That's another stamp within that whole set. They're so tiny, and usually I'm not a big fan of all these tiny pieces, but it's only 2 cherries, so I just suffered through because they always stick on my fingers, and I don't know, I just have problems with these tiny pieces. But anyway, I stamped them. I used 2 markers to color, I think R27 and R29. 27 just to give a little highlight. So they're red cherries. I put them there. I put them down, and I'm using, I guess it's a little bit of glue seeping through from underneath, because I kind of, well, let me back up. There's a little glue seeping from underneath the cherry. So that's what I was using my poker there, or my pick, just to scrape some of that off. Now I'm adhering the sentiment, and off camera again, I stamped the sentiment onto black cardstock with Versamark ink. I applied white embossing powder, embossed it. The sweetest part, now for the first card, both the you're the and sweetest part of the sentiment were flat onto the card. For this card that I'm making in the video, I put foam tape underneath the word sweetest. So it kind of raises and gives it a little bit of dimension. I like the way that turned out. You're watching me use my white gel pen just to add a little bit of accent onto the ice cream scoop and the ice cream cone. And that primarily finishes up the card. I think I'm going to add a little bit of Wink of Stella. Yeah, there. I can't go without using my Wink of Stella pen. And then I'm almost positive I'm going to be adding glossy accents. Now, I didn't go overboard. This time I only put the glossy accents onto the cherries. So I'm pretty proud of that moment. I did have a video called How to Enhance Your Pattern Paper, and I'm just taking elements of that video in terms of using my Wink of Stella pen to add a little bit of shine onto the pattern paper. So I highlighted the sprinkles and the cherry onto the ice cream part of the background paper. Well, anyway, pretty simple card, easy to duplicate. And I'm just showing the differences of the pattern paper, whereas one has the full or the bulk of the background has the ice cream cones, and the other has just the green, and then it kind of offsets with well, you get the point. Just coordinating cards, easy to make. I like them. I'm showing you some of the dimension here. Again, for the first card, the sentiment is flat on the circle the eye part, and then the second card I kind of gave it some dimension. Well, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your visit. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment. I appreciate that. Check out the other crafters in Team Tiny. Look for that hashtag, and it'll all be in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.